All right. What's up, guys? Everybody, welcome back. All the
Hello, hello.
what's up, man? We got Curtis here
Pre-show is the
too.
best show.
I know, right? We'll give Curtis a few minutes to finish his dinner, and then we've got. I'm sure Jason will be here in a bit. I hadn't heard from him otherwise today, anyway. Uh, so what's been going on with you, man?
Well, got off a long work bender where I was super stressed out, and now I'm less stressed out and looking around at toys and getting more into, getting stuff set up, trying to clear out some of the clutter, and doing dioramas like the one behind me.
Yeah,
So,
dude, I love the new football diorama. That is amazing.
I've been wanting to do that for like 3 years in a row because I just love that episode.
Yeah,
And
and
one
that
of the things I got,
replaces the. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say one of the things I got this week is it's behind me, but I'll save it for later. But it was the last piece, and I didn't realize I was missing it until I watched the episode again and I thought there was a hammer in this episode. There was not, so I
Okay.
had to buy a vehicle
Nice.
to finish the diorama because I had to get everything accurate. And then next year
Yeah.
I'll play with it. But I just wanted to
And
get
that
it.
replaces the snow display that you had back around Christmas time, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, yeah. That's cool that you're able to swap them out as you go. It's fun.
Yeah, that was my plan the whole time, is to have everything kind of set up in a diorama, and then I pull things out, to have something different at the little like rotating display
Yeah,
thing.
that's cool.
Um,
That's what this table behind me. I've been using it recently to assemble these blocky action class transformers. I love them, but ultimately I'm going to start using the table for like short term, once a month dioramas that I want to play around with and stuff like that. I'm tired of clearing shelves and rebuilding that way. So
yeah, I've seen some cool stuff with the blockies, with the
I
transformer
think,
blockies. Like people have kind of been doing some world building stuff with those, which I thought was
yeah,
pretty neat.
I think the the action class are roughly 9 inches, and I think they go great with O-rings. And plus they've got the kind of
Yeah.
G1 as like cartoon aesthetic to them anyway.
Hmm.
It goes well with the O-ring by default. But man, I'm glad to be back up and running though, dude. We were You're talking about the work stress, and like I was feeling it different front though, because like we were out power for 5 days, and
Right. Yeah. I'm glad everything is okay over there. You didn't have any
yeah,
busted
yeah, like
or anything.
yeah, I think there's still some. I mean, it's not over in the city, right? At the high point, we had 230,000 people, or 230,000 addresses without power,
Right.
which is roughly about a third of the city. Um, and last I looked at, it was the day before, so it was there was still about 30,000 without power, and it's been almost 2 weeks. The It was yeah, it was nuts, man.
We had a hard freeze here about 2021, I want to say, and that was the one I was telling you about. Where I was having to cook spaghetti in a pot over,
Yeah,
the gas
over the
fire.
fireplace.
They had
Yeah.
never turned it on and had lived there since '92.
Oh my
I found
gosh.
out later, so it was like it had not been turned on in 22 years or something like that.
Wow.
21 years. Oh no, 30, almost 30 years. But yeah, it was pretty scary turning it on, and then everybody was like, sleeping around the fire, taking
Yeah,
shifts. It was
it's
it was
crazy.
rough. I mean, and that was
The
a
thing that scared
hard
me
freeze.
about it, yeah, the thing that scared me about it was, I mean, we had the fireplace, we had a gas stove top, and then our hot water is gas. So we were able to stay warm per se, but I was worried about running the fireplace for long periods of time, right?
Mhm.
And but we got through it. We actually only stuck it out here at the house for about 2 days, and then we went to her parents' house for a couple days, and then I couldn't take it anymore, and I went and got a hotel close to my office. But
Yeah.
I would definitely say, as ridiculous as it may sound, I terribly missed my toy room, man.
Yeah.
So I was so glad to get back in here on when we got back home last Friday and get back to it. So
Yeah, I get like that even when I go on vacation or especially on a business trip. If I'm even out of town for like 4 days or something like that, I miss it.
yeah,
Because I can talk to my wife on the phone, but I can't,
yeah.
can't do any
Hey,
toys from remotely. So, oh, everybody's on at the same time.
guys, rest of the gang.
I was just
What's
waiting
up,
for
guys?
The gang's all here.
Right.
You got no sound though.
So Curtis, what have you been up to, bud?
Well, I did not lose power. So,
Yeah, right.
pretty small stuff. Just staying pretty busy at work.
Yeah.
Trying to
Jason,
think
can you
about
hear us now?
stuff.
Oh, we got a question from Bobby.
Oh,
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Welcome, Bobby. Welcome back.
It's a little early, isn't it, for the questions? No.
no.
oh man, I'm gonna pass to you guys on the Zartan one. I'm super stoked about Royal Guard, but we can talk about that later.
Well, Royal Guard was on my list of top 5 most anticipated this year, so I'm pretty excited. I think it looks great.
I should have a Ninja Force Zartan like right here on my right, but he's not there right now. I love the figure, and I'm excited for the classified release.
He looks great. I mean, he doesn't look like Zartan because he's Ninja Force Zartan, but I mean, as far as just like a cool figure, I think he looks awesome.
More action figures need orange mohawks.
I mean, he definitely fits the motif of the Dreadnoks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with Curtis. I have pretty much the same opinion. It's not really for me though. Like, it's not like a figure that. If it was a different Dreadnought,
yeah,
it would be cooler. I don't know. I just don't see it as Zartan.
Yeah.
But
So here's what I thought about yesterday when I was watching probably the third or fourth stream that was referencing those leaks. If we have Ninja Force Zartan coming, and we know we have all of these other Ninja Force figures in the works for classified, they will absolutely be reusing that Road Pig buck, and we will be getting Ninja Force Road Pig in classified. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably by the end of this year, don't you think?
But not surprising.
Yeah.
I mean, when that buck came out, I was like, what else can they possibly put on that buck?
Right.
Like, I had two options in my head: Quinn and Ninja Force Road Pig.
So is this the first Ninja Force, like official Ninja Force figure?
Nunchuck was the first.
Oh yeah, right.
He's been out for a while too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him now.
And then we had the two Slice and Dice. I guess
Yep.
they're not.
I mean, technically, Storm Shadow was the first, and that was.
Well, yeah.
Is that Winter Storm Shadow Ninja Force?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was very early in the line. Then year one, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't even. He was impossible to find by the time I started collecting.
Yeah,
That was the figure I probably played with the most through COVID. Was the classified Storm Shadow, because when I got him, I couldn't put him down. He was like,
Yeah, he looks great.
But that was my Storm Shadow too. Like,
Did yours have the floppy waist?
no, my
No?
Firefly did though, and it made me very angry. Like, I just about threw that figure out the window. I hated that Firefly.
The recent
Cobra
one or the
Cobra Island Firefly. It was awful.
Wait, yours had a loose waist
it had drop down,
and yet he had that big.
That it had drop down hips that like you stood him up and like no matter what you did, he just fell over.
Wow.
Like a Figma. I have this Figma that I sometimes I should bring it on one of these days. It's a solid snake that falls apart. It's funny. But when I shake him, all of his limbs fall off. like a He-Man figure or something, and that's
Yeah.
that's how Firefly was, except he didn't fall apart. So.
That's horrible. I had the CI Firefly. I never opened it though. And then when the V2 came out, or the remake of V1, I guess I should say, came out, I sold the CI one and got the. But you know, the sad thing is that second version of V1 Firefly, he's literally in the armory on my shelf and has not moved since, because the one I play with is the Mezco one. That Mezco Firefly is amazing.
Do you have one of those, Julian? Firefly?
I almost bought one, and I chose not to because of the problems with the material that I had been hearing about. So I just didn't want to have something that I was going to leave on a shelf in a stressed position, like having, the knees stretching into plastic. I'm not going to leave a figure standing just so all the fabric can be slack. That's no fun.
Yeah.
But if I left him in a posed position, his stuff's going to tear. Have you guys seen like what the Spider-Man?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've heard a lot of issues and seen a lot of issues. I've not had any issues. Knock on wood.
Yeah,
I've got about 10 Mezcos on my shelf, and I've not had a problem with any of them. But the one I was the most worried about was my King Conan, because he's got a metal loincloth. And I was like, oh, I mean, this thing's gonna rust from like just moisture in the air. But so far so good.
So those Mezco figures don't have seamless bodies or anything, do they?
They do not.
Okay.
They do not.
So the exposed flesh parts are still jointed. They're not like that rubber. Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
At least that's
Conan's probably the best version of that, or the most obvious on that, because I mean he's essentially nude without his clothes, like without his soft goods.
Yeah, actually, I really regret missing out on that order of that King Conan you're talking about. He's really cool. Did you get the throne and everything?
I did not get the throne, but I got the Super 7 throne though, because it was like a quarter of the price, and to me it looks better because it's actually a little bit bigger than the Mezco one was.
I'm surprised you don't have that one, Bolter. I thought you had every Conan figure.
No, actually, I don't have any like super articulated Conans other than that recent Frazetta Girls one.
Okay.
It's like the only Conan that I have, other than 5 POA Super 7s. That's it.
If it ever comes out, I also paid for the Barbarian, Warpaint Barbarian, literally like 14 months ago. Still.
Oh wow!
But it'll come.
Yeah.
But
they'll get to it when they get to it, huh?
In 30 days or a year and a half. But we'll see. I mean, hell, there's some people that still haven't got their Santa, Doc Nocturnal, and Krampus yet, and that was supposed to ship and deliver before Christmas.
Yes, next year.
Again, knock on wood, every Mezco that I bought direct from Mezco has come very quickly, and I've had zero problems. So,
that's good.
It just hit me. You're in Voltar, you're in a different place this week.
I'm just in a different. I'm broadcasting from a different angle. So, like, you guys used to be looking at me from that way. So the flag was behind me before, and now it's on the right.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah, I see the MCC.
I did that because I didn't like, like the walls in here are painted yellow, and it's really bright behind me. So I went to this. There's a curtain behind me, window curtain.
Yeah.
That's all.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and that's the window that my neighbor's daughter was yelling expletives at her husband just a little bit ago.
I saw your note in Discord.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I figured I'd wait to join in until the domestic dispute was over. So
I don't know, man. That could have been good ratings.
Yeah, maybe. Welcome to the stream, and you're fucking pathetic. Yeah, it was.
That's great.
Yeah,
that's fun stuff.
Yeah, right over the shoulder.
Can't say we don't have drama here on the stream.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe somebody else's drama. but it's drama all the same.
Yeah.
So it's been, I guess, 3 weeks because of the 1 week delay with my power outage. It's been really 3 weeks we got on. What other toy news has piqued your guys' interest in the last couple weeks?
Jeez. I got nothing, guys. I haven't paid attention to a whole lot of toy news lately, I guess.
I'll start because it cost me $500. How's that?
Ooh.
I was really enjoying watching those Mondo 2000X He-Man figures from afar. I'm not a huge Motu fan, but I really thought I like Mondo. And when they were doing the 112 stuff, I thought it was really cool. I thought the He-Man and Skeletor looked amazing, but like again, I'm watching from a distance. And then they dropped Man at Arms, and I was like, "Son of a bitch, they got me." And
Man at Arms.
I bought Man at Arms, and I was like, "That's it. I just want this Man at Arms." And then the next morning, I woke up and I was like, "What the hell? You can't have Man at Arms on the shelf and not have He-Man and Skeletor." So I went and bought He-Man and Skeletor. So now I am $500 into 3 Mondo figures for a line that I'm not even a super fan of, but I love Man at Arms.
I could have sent you an Origins Man at Arms, you know.
Right.
I mean, along that same line, what do y'all think of the new He-Man stuff? The trailer, the toys?
Yeah, that's a great question, actually. You know what? I'm excited. I want to see the movie. I'm probably, if it comes to the theater here in town, I will probably go to that.
I was pleasantly surprised by the teaser trailer. I think at least from that, it looks like they may have captured the right level of camp and nostalgia, right, to bring the kids in and the adult fans in.
Yeah.
I think those Chronicles movie toys look like garbage, but in fairness, I don't any movie toys at all. Like I've never liked Snake Eyes toys, the MCU movie toys, like any movie toy. I'm not a fan.
I agree, except for Skeletor. Like, I'm not a big He-Man fan. I don't buy movie toys ever. But I think it would be cool to see I'm interested more in the 5-inch. Like, have y'all seen the 5-inch ones? They showed a few of them.
Yeah.
Pixel Dan had some on his channel, and they're less like exact copies of the movie. They're more just like toyetic looking. And I'm really interested to see what the Skeletor, especially for the price, like if it's cheaper too, it's more of a like, well, I don't have to collect this whole thing, but I just really like the Skeletor.
Isn't the price point on those $9.99?
It's something like that. I think it's $9.
Yeah, that is awesome. There should be a Joe toy line for $10 for kids, because who wants to give their kid a classified $30 figure?
Right. And did y'all ever see any of the X-Men stuff for X-Men 97 that was the kids' toys?
Yeah.
It was good. Like I just don't have room to collect X-Men. I tried doing that before with the 6-inch stuff. You can't collect everything.
Yeah.
But like those really tempted me. Like they were close to the 3 3/4 scale, and the articulation was nice.
Yeah.
I can't complain about stuff that's like, it's aimed at kids, but it's as good or better than like the collector toys that we had in the 90s and early 2000s. Some of that stuff was just horrible. The collector grade stuff, like what comes to mind is like some of the like the Andre the Giant figure that came out back then, and they wanted like, oh, it's collector, it's $26, and it does not look like Andre the Giant even in cartoon form. It's just so we've come a long way is my point. I think it's great that we can get something,
Matthew, what did you think? What do you think about the teaser and the toys?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I definitely am not what I would definitely not consider myself a He-Man fan. I haven't even watched the Masters of the Universe show that was on Netflix a couple of years back. But the teaser looked good. I'll probably go see it in theaters.
Yeah. I'm the same. I didn't watch the Netflix thing. I tried to watch like one episode and it just didn't do anything for me.
But yeah, I mean,
I actually enjoyed the first season of it, or series, whatever. I think it's like 2 different series instead of seasons. But the first one I actually enjoyed. The second one went like it was Tila and the Masters of the Universe, not He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. Like they definitely went that path. So
heard that about it. I haven't watched it.
yeah, it still wasn't bad. It just wasn't. It wasn't He-Man. Right?
I'm hoping the thing that they do drop from the old cartoon that I really didn't like watching that was like once He-Man shows up, like nothing else matters. So I'm hoping they don't end the movie that way because that to me that would be a huge disappointment.
Yeah. But something tells me that pretty much everything in that teaser is in like the first 15 minutes of the movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, like I think it's going to be I think it'll be great for kids, but I do think it's going to be a pretty strong nostalgia pull for the.
Have you guys seen the shot of what's the lead actor's name? Nick Galazine, right? He's like got his head back and he's laughing and he's sitting in that chair. Have you seen that side by side with the shot from the meme?
No, but that's hysterical.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty sure that's a direct homage to that because it's pretty good.
I will say that one image where in Entertainment Weekly, where was it Entertainment Weekly where they did the photo shoots with, I think, where he's like holding up the sword like in the position. I'm like,
yeah,
he is. I mean, I'll give it to him. Maybe I would have liked him a little bit bigger, but like. He is He-Man. There's no question about it. They did a good job casting him.
I mean, it's better. All I can say is it's better than Dolph Lundgren, right? Dolph Lundgren.
Hold on.
No, man. When I went to
Dolph Lundgren didn't do it for you as He-Man?
No. I can't think. I actually don't like even ironically. There's no Dolph Lundgren movies. I can. Maybe the what is that the one with all the different actors in it, the later one, it's a parody.
Oh,
Expendables, but like everything else is like no, not even ironically. Like there's stuff that's so bad it's good, but like there's certain things I just can't get into, and Dolph Lundgren movies are one of them.
So you don't like The Punisher?
I haven't watched that in years. I don't know that I ever watched it beyond the one time, like when it first came out on VHS. What is I'll say, like hating that movie as a kid. However,
the Canon Films 1987 Masters of the Universe.
Yeah, Franklin Gullah as Skeletor, like, and he wasn't Masters of the Universe Skeletor, right? He was definitely not the cartoon Skeletor.
Right.
But he brought a whole level of creep and evil to that character, man. That was a fantastic version.
That's a really great thing, too. Like, I got to say, the whole story behind that is his son was a fan. And so he's like, Dad, you got to do that. And so he took the movie because of that. And he really enjoyed playing Skeletor. And I think it shows because he's the best part of that movie.
Yeah.
I love that when actors get into it, especially when you hear a story like that where their kid told them to do it.
Like Andrew Koji in the as Storm Shadow. I thought he was awesome.
Yeah,
he was the best part of that movie.
I think
I still haven't watched that.
Garbage. I think the Street Fighter movie is going to be garbage, but I do look forward to seeing him as Ryu. Have you guys watched Warrior on HBO? He's the star of it. It's like 3 or 4 seasons. He in the first episode, he arrives in San Francisco from China, and the show is based on the racial tensions in like after the Civil War between the Chinese and the Irish because of building the railroad, like labor, trying to fight for labor to build the railroads and stuff. and he becomes he winds up joining like one of a couple different Chinese gangs, and like his rise through that, while at the same time that they're fighting the police, and the police are fighting the Irish, and the Irish are fighting everybody, and it's brutal, but man, is it a good show. So good.
Right on.
Definitely worth watching.
Check the pictures there, and you can see the meme. I had to just show it because it's just fantastic, side by side or top and bottom how it is. It looks pretty good.
That is awesome. Hold on, I'll pull that up in here. That is incredible. Bob, you still with us?
Sorry, I'm not.
There you go. Yeah, no, I know that we can't play it, but I just wanted to say, hey, yeah.
Together.
All
right.
I remember when that meme kind of became popular, and I was like, "Do people even remember this character?"
Yeah. There was a wild night a while back.
The cop is smiling too.
Love that.
Yeah.
I'll just share my screen for a second. Hold on, I'm just going to share my screen for a second so I can entire screen, because this other stuff that is in here is good too. Whoa, you don't want to see
Yes.
that.
Whoa!
There you go.
All of mirrors.
So we got that is fantastic. Even has the pink shirt on.
Yeah.
And then this is the one I was talking about. I mean, that is incredible.
That's a cool shot. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the new Battle Cat action figure with the new He-Man from the Chronicles line.
It looks good.
I'm gonna be getting that one at least in the short term, because my Mondo He-Man has to have a Battle Cat, and so Mondo gets around to making a Battle Cat.
There you go. I might have a Origins one otherwise. Yeah, I've got a few Origins things. Yeah, right up there on my shelf above my left shoulder is my original Castle Grayskull from when I was a kid. And I have the original Road Ripper next to it, which was a green little vehicle that you pulled a ripcord from, kind of similar to the Firefly version 2 with the dreidel. Yeah. And I remember actually taking the Road Ripper to like kindergarten or preschool show and tell, and pulling the cord and let it go all the way across the floor. But I have an Origins, and the first Origins He-Man too, the one that a lot of people didn't like the face, but I really kind of like that head on that He-Man. I thought it was kind of neat. But then again, I'm always open to more modern interpretations. Like, I always thought He-Man's face looked weird on that figure when I was a kid.
I didn't like that. That was actually one of the things I really didn't like, is that the line had a Johnny Same Face problem, just like the first year of G.I. Joe. Everybody, including Scarlet, they all looked related.
Yeah. Hysterical.
I mean, clearly they built the beard on top of the other head, but like, why do Scarlet and Stalker all have the same, like, there's no way. They had to have sculpted at least those two faces separately.
Yeah.
So what happened?
Yeah, that's a good question. I always kind of thought that the first year, 82, 83, or just 82, those heads were kind of an homage to the, like the original G.I. Joes from the 60s, because those are very much very, Johnny Same Face type of action figure too.
Right.
And I know they have like the flocked beards and everything on them, but even especially like, the guys with the flocked beards, like to me, the bearded flocked heads on those old 1960s G.I. Joe dolls action figures. It looks a lot like the '82 series, like Rock and Roll.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's kind of how I always felt, anyways. But
it's funny because one of the 900 versions of Fresh Monkey Fiction's Soldiers of Fortune line.
Yeah.
One of them, I think it was a con exclusive or something, comes with like 5 different heads. and it is clearly Action Man and 82 Joe's. Like, you look at the head sculpts, like, I mean, one of them's even got the receding hairline that Grunt had. Like, I mean, it is definitely an homage to the late 60s, or like I said, early 70s Action Man, and then the early Joes. It was nuts. I appreciate that they do that stuff because Hasbro won't, or has proven so far that they won't, and people want that stuff, man. I mean, I got the General in the Operation Monster Force line, and I had zero interest in the General. I just wanted the Joe Colton head sculpt out of it.
Yeah.
And I threw it on a camo body, and he's over there in my OG-13 display. I mean,
nice.
I love it. And then they've got the Dr. Rand that has the Dr. Venom head in it. I mean,
yeah,
it's right out of the
really
comic.
cool. Yeah.
And
is that the same one that also has a Johnny Quest dad's head?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like that stuff. Like copyright and all that aside, like, I don't know, not my place. Like, all I know is if you offer it to me for sale, I'm gonna buy it if I like it and I think it's cool. And Operation Monster Force is turning out some cool shit.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
I would hope that Hasbro would pay attention to how well that line is doing.
Yeah.
I just hope they don't pay attention to the price point that they're doing it at.
Seems like it.
I mean,
I'm pretty sure that Hasbro's going to raise prices no matter what, because that's what Hasbro does, right?
Yeah.
I tell you, it's I've heard for the last couple of years, Bobby Valla would often make comments about he wanted to get his prices to the same price point as Hasbro, and because he felt that like that was where he would find his sweet spot. And in a matter of 2 months, between him making a price reduction and Hasbro making 2 price increases, he is actually now $2 cheaper than Hasbro on 6-inch figures. It's crazy.
All about profit margin, though. Like,
yeah,
you look way back at G.I. Joe, like in the 80s, and they were making a pittance on those $3 figures.
I mean, they were selling 3 million of them a year, right? But they weren't making margins. Were super thin.
The margins were really good on the vehicles, even the smaller. But
and that's what the line was, though, too. I mean, they were selling figures to sell vehicles and make money off the vehicles.
Kurt Bazigian said it many times on different venues here in the last few years that it was a vehicle line with figures to help sell them.
Yeah.
Which is true. I mean, I think back to my habits anyway. Like, my Christmas and birthday lists always started with what vehicles did I want from that year, and then I would flesh it out because the figures I could get with my allowance, as I went to the toy store. But
it's the only line that I had a lot of like vehicles for as a kid.
My pocket money for the whole, I didn't really get an allowance. My parents would just buy me things that I wouldn't stop talking about. And they were never expensive things. Like Legos I would get for Christmas. But my mom knew that either Decepticons or Cobra stuff, it was like you had to buy it when you saw it. You ain't getting it otherwise.
Yeah.
So my mom was pretty, especially on the smaller stuff, because the smaller stuffs tended to go away quicker.
Yeah.
Was like, if it's there, she would just like either distract me to the other end of the store if it was close to a holiday where I would get something, or that's just what I got. And, you know, next time I asked for a toy was you already got a toy. But I just remember the G.I. Joe stuff that I wanted being really, like really, really hard to get if I passed on it the first time. So
I was putting some of my I was organizing some of my vintage boxes the other day, and I recently bought a claw that came with the box, and it has a price tag on it of $3.49. I was like, oh my god, that is
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, I want to say like the Battle Barge and some of those, that tier of toys are like around that, like they were just over what a figure cost.
Yeah.
Yeah, my dad had me made, man, when I was a kid, because a Joe with tax was $2.94 when I was a kid. I got $3 a week for allowance. I mean, he had me pegged. I didn't know it then, but I know now. He had me pegged.
Yeah, I gave up on allowance because it was like, oh, you get $5. I can't buy 2 Joes with $5.
Yeah,
I'd rather just go back to the old system of begging because it yielded better
nice.
results.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, my dad worked my ass off for that $3 a week. But I loved it though, to know that every Friday I'd get picked up from school. There was a little like local toy store. On the way home between school and the house, we'd stop. I'd get a Joe and go on to the house. It's awesome.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I think by the time I was getting them, they fluctuated in price like a lot between places. Gotcha. But also the distribution was wider. So like by 86, 87, everywhere carried G.I. Joes. And like some grocery stores, like their toys were, any good toys were like more expensive. And then they had cheap toys, you know, right next to them. So you're like, oh, I don't want that. You know.
Well, I always got to go to Lionel Play World when I get like birthday money or Christmas money or something like that. And they were always about the same price as the local toy store. But anytime that I had to wanted to go, we went to Toys R Us. I always hated it because Toys R Us was like 50 cents more a figure than everybody else.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So if you had $20 for $20 for Christmas or a birthday or from somebody, that was one less figure at Toys R Us prices that you were getting with that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, you know, I just remember going in there in the 90s, like when they had the Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter figures, and that was the only place I could get those. The other places did specifically Mortal Kombat. I think Street Fighter was a little easier to get. Mortal Kombat, for whatever reason, when they first put them out, they were like not in all the stores yet. So by the time the movie came out, they were everywhere. But like, yeah, I just remember going to Toys R Us and it was like, really?
I remember there were. I mean, I was really collecting Todd McFarlane's Spawn at that time. Like that was right when his line came out, and so I was hitting Walmarts and Targets like all the time, like pretty much daily.
Yeah.
And but I remember always seeing that stuff and thinking how cool it was, but I wasn't buying any O-rings or anything at that point. I was going broke buying Todd McFarlane shit.
If anything, for me, the street, like I was with my friends, I was really into like those games. So first Street Fighter, and then the Street Fighter figures came out, and then Mortal Kombat figures came out, and it just like, instead of like dying out like the way the line was actually dying, it was like just pushing me more into the O-ring hobby. You know, now I'm 14. That was like the year I got my first job, and I don't think I spent a single penny on anything other than Hasbro products from that because I put in a huge order to Hasbro mail order. I'm like, I got my own money, I'm gonna buy all the stuff, and that's how I ended up buying like the Ninja Viper and the mail away fire bats and the collector case and a bunch of it was just like, I'm like, I'm gonna get what I can get, and it was a good thing I did. I had no idea the line was by the time
Yeah.
my order, the line was over. You know,
I still can't believe that they have not done a repaint of the Storm Shadow in that teal in the classified. I mean, you think of like the easy money makers that cost them nothing. I mean, that would sell like
gonna
hot.
be an exclusive. You know it.
Yeah, you would think so because there's already some Ninja Army builders in the line. So, do they need Ninja Viper with red and blue ninjas? I don't think that it quite meshes. But
The Ninja Viper
maybe that's just me.
is that soup you put in the freezer for a rainy day that they're gonna pull out for STCC. You know, it's just
There you
too easy of a repaint to
Yeah.
not like be like, oh, we can make a big deal out of the Ninja Viper if we have just nothing else.
Yeah.
It's so ridiculous that a lot of people didn't like the color of the Ninja Viper when it originally came out, or later on in the 2000s they thought the Ninja Viper is stupid looking. What is that? And now that's a very expensive figure to buy. You're going to spend $400 to $500 if you want a good Ninja Viper, and that's crazy.
The red version. The red version was like Toys R Us or something, I guess.
Argentina Satan.
Like I never. Oh no, you're thinking there's a Storm Shadow that came with
Percent.
that too from like the 2000s.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like mine, I never opened him because I ordered him. My order took a long time, and then I found a Storm Shadow at a toy, not a toy show, an antique show, along with a whole bunch of other figures I was looking for, and I just never opened my Ninja Viper because he was supposed to be a replacement for Storm Shadow because I didn't have like a V1.
Well, that worked out in your favor.
Yeah,
that definitely worked out in your favor.
Yeah, because now you have a really good figure that, I don't know about really good, but a very valuable.
Really valuable.
Figure.
Yeah, well, that's the thing too. That's like you make a good point about what about the Ninja Viper? It's like, well, yeah, that's a really valuable figure, but like, even now, do people really like him, or is he just rare and people are like, ooh, rare? Like it's like the Magic card thing, right? Like that drives the whole Hasbro economy. Like maybe it's just that it's rare that people want them, but would they buy a classified figure? I don't know. I mean, nobody wanted Crystal Ball until they made a nice figure out of him. Yeah. So the opposite is true too. He may be a dud on the pegs. Like pegs were full of Ninja Vipers from Super 7. I don't know what that. I don't think that means anything, but it's just like, sometimes it's just that one thing is popular.
I really hope that Reaction Plus shifts to at least one army builder per wave. Like I thought they were going to do that from the get-go when they put the bat in wave 1, but then we really haven't had any true army builders since then.
Are you really complaining about less spending though?
It sounds like he's just dropped.
I mean, here's the problem. I really want a bunch of blue shirts, but
hold on. There's the Royal Guard. You're
right. I have
2 waves ago.
Of that.
Yeah.
You're right.
I bought 5 of those.
See, there you go.
Yeah, I only bought 2 because I have 2 of the OG, so I thought 4, but was a good defense for Globulus.
I have half dozen. I have Pythona and those guys surrounding Serpentor on my airfield.
Very cool.
Actually, and he's Super 7. It's like all Super 7 figures together.
I bought the one that I have on my wall. I have a half dozen of the OG. I'm happy with them. Plus, I bought capes for those guys too, so they look really good.
That's cool.
Yeah.
You guys want to shift to top while we're talking? I guess while we're talking about bot, you want to shift targets to any recent pickups you want to share? Curtis, you want to kick us off?
Yeah. Hold on, just a sec.
I caught him off guard.
So, real quick, I'll bring something up here. It's not really a recent pickup. It's not a recent pickup, but I did put together something. I had my sister ask me, what do you want for Christmas? A few months ago, and it took me a while to decide. But I told her, you know what? If you ever go to that at home store, which she lives kind of close by in Lincoln, and you see a nice looking shadow box, buy me one. So she got me one for Christmas, and I just recently put this guy together.
Oh, really?
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So that's. I know there's a
Yeah.
little bit of a reflection there. It might be a little hard to see, but so this is a 5 POA line called Military One from a company called Porto Play that released right alongside GI Joe in 1982, and I have the whole line and one on card. So yeah, pretty happy with that.
That is very cool.
That is very cool.
I'll have to put some more pictures of that up on.
Now, do
on the
any of
Discord.
those any share with a mold with Palatoy at all, or are they 100%?
No, yeah, they're all original, and you can see where like the guy down here. You can see that they just added a beard onto him to make the terrorist. But that is what that guy's name is, by the way. It's just terrorist.
That's awesome.
And this guy, his name is Beret.
When we called things what they were, right?
Yeah, and I actually have a few different copies of this guy, the Sailor, but this is like my best looking one. I got one with my flag when I got my flag, because for whatever reason they had one with them. And my first one I ever got actually was from Toys from the Past up in Lincoln, and I got another one recently when I bought the Glamour Girls ocean liner or cruise ship. When I picked that up, there was one of those sailors in there with it. I think that maybe they just used it for obviously for a sailor to go with it, but that did originally have some crew on that cruise ship, but I don't have any of those figures, so it was nice that it came with a sailor. And
that is really
even nicer that I knew what it was. Yeah.
Nice.
What did you go retrieve there?
Yeah, I wanted to show Voltar because he talked me into getting.
Oh yeah.
Looks great.
Yeah.
Big
It
improvement.
does look so good.
Yeah.
Again, when Hasbro won't, someone else will.
Yeah. Right.
What is that? An
It
add-on
looks so
kit
good.
for something?
Yeah.
Yes, a $30 gridiron kit that makes the classified Ostriker look like the original version of the Ostriker, with a little bit of a modern twist to it.
Yeah.
So, because the original Ostriker has that little camera thing on the passenger seat, and now this one has that gun. And so you can see it's got the camera right there. It's in the bottom left corner of his screen, so it can still auto target. Yeah.
Yeah.
That does look cool. Did they fix the wheels in the front too? Did they give it bigger wheels?
So the
Separate.
gridiron has wheels, but these are just the originals that Hasbro sells.
I thought Hasbro gave it like small wheels in the front and big wheels in the back or something.
Yeah. Kind of.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's not as severe as the pictures make it out to look.
Right.
I mean, it looked way more like one.
Well, he's kind of holding it level there. The wheels are level, whereas with the back wheels being bigger, it should be kind of at a slope, and so that kind of throws off the eye, I think. Yeah, there you go. See?
Yeah. Let's see if I can get it.
That kit looks so good. That kit looks so good.
Yeah, it really.
I mean, without that kit, it doesn't even look like an Ostriker, to be honest.
No, that's a big improvement.
Yeah, it's just a dune buggy with 250 cals on the top.
Yeah.
Especially with that big extra cage on the back, which I also had to get rid of that too. I see you did as well. That ain't it.
It was so unstable too. It fell apart so easily. I was just like, I can't.
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah.
That guy.
One more thing to show. Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah, OG.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I know. I mean, I liked that they tried to modernize it, and maybe if the actual execution had been good, but it was so fragile and just didn't look very good. Like even the 50 cal, it wouldn't stay on the top of mine, so I was just like, I gotta do something to fix this thing.
Yeah.
All right, one more. Well, two, I guess technically two, but one more thing before I pass the baton to someone else. So, I know this is a little bit of heresy, so hopefully Charlock isn't watching, but I picked up some Valaverse guys here.
Very nice. Hey, if you're gonna get Valaverse figures, those are the two to get, man. Sidewinder is an amazing figure.
It looks great. Yeah. I especially love the Day of the Dead one.
Day of the Dead, yeah. Now, so which Day of the Dead did you? Oh, I don't want to see that. I want to see you. Which paint scheme did you get?
Can you tell?
Yeah, you got the normal one, right? He's got like a clover
Yeah, I
looking
think so.
thing between his eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on,
Is interesting
Danhausen?
enough.
Up a little bit.
Hey, I know what that is.
That's funny. Interesting enough that the normal one was my favorite of the three possible paint schemes. It's a great figure though, man.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I use him in my with my Night Force team.
That's a great fit for him, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Him and there's four of the Night Ops Action Force. They got Sidewinder, Senshi, which is like the Budo spinoff, Steel Brigade, and Eclipse. So and they all fit perfect with the Night Force figures.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't have any of them out right now. I'm clean out of space, so I'm definitely at the rotation point, like on stuff.
I mean, you can just have your shelf look like mine does back here, with like classified figures on their back next to some 3 3/4 figures, and Checkpoint Alpha is in pieces. You can just do that, you know.
Yeah, I'm finally I'm like 95% organized on my redo of my office, like getting everything moved around and stuff. Not 100% there, but I'm at least to the point that I can start enjoying stuff again, and it doesn't feel like a chore to get set back up, you know.
Yeah, like, and this little structure right here, this is supposed to be painted, but it's not.
Someday,
because now, what are you going to turn that into?
Well, it basically the 83 headquarters is on top of it, so it's just supposed to be a motor pool and a pit, you know. But I just never painted it.
That'd be super. Get to it.
Yeah. And I had, this whole little idea of like buying a motor and putting in a working elevator, but I haven't done that.
I've got to have an old 3D printer. I was thinking about using the parts from to build like an overkill of an elevator, because it's got
you go. Yeah, the screw.
Y motors. It's like an old. Nobody.
I mean, you could use Technic Legos and make a pretty good motorized elevator lift. I'm pretty sure. I bet. Firefly, did you get any good pickups this week or the last couple weeks?
Yeah, I got a couple that are. Well, I don't know if you call them good, but they're stuff I didn't have.
That's good.
I'll start with this guy. This is the last of the Nintendo game characters that I didn't have. Was the 92 Roadblock. And he actually holds his missile launcher like, a sane person, which is... I didn't think I would play with a missile launcher, but it kind of looks cool on him.
It does look good.
And he comes with a bag of unremarkable accessories, the rest of them. But the missile launcher. And then I got, purely for a joke, I'm going to tell in Diorama, I got DJ with his antenna.
Nice.
And I randomly bid on him like on a whim and got him for $40 with the antenna and his two little like, what? Too much?
Nah, it's DJ was a figure that stuck around for longer than G.I. Joe did at the local Walmart. There was probably still DJ on the peg in 1996.
Right.
It's crazy, I mean, here we are, we're buying a figure for $40 that we could get still 2 years after the line was over, and I'm not surprised. It's just like, here we are,
Right.
So it's come to this.
It's the antenna, because the figure without the antenna is worth like 10.
Yeah.
And these two little, I don't know if you can see them, the two little adapters for the hose.
Ooh.
Now, why he needed to come with those? That's to adapt the ends of the hose to a bigger port. I'm guessing it was a mistake in the molding where they weren't intending to do that. But it's the same plastic as the antenna, so I'm thinking it's probably original. So it looks good. Anyway, that's that, and I have one other thing. And so this was my as you can see, I built my display based on Pigskin Commandos, but I didn't have one of these.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. That's awesome.
It reeked of cigarettes, and I had to soak it for like half a week. But it was a good price on eBay. I think it was like $30.
Oh, wow.
All of its missiles.
Yeah, that's what I don't have on mine is some of the missiles.
And it's like otherwise is in perfect condition. So it's not really one of those vehicles that tends to break or have easily loose missing parts because the missiles are inside. But yeah, it's got joysticks that can be broken on the top, which are sometimes like the Havoc, that top joystick is sometimes broken. But yeah, it's more fun than I thought it would be. Like I always saw this in the store and was just kind of like,
I had a friend named David who had one of these back in the early '90s, and I thought it was pretty cool, but I didn't have one back then. So when I got mine, it was one of those I bought, and years ago I bought a large lot of vehicle shelves for $300, and that's when I got Defiant and the Defiant box. And so I got that thing, and then a couple months later, a friend of mine comes over and says, "Hey, I got this box of GI Joe stuff at a garage sale. Do you want it?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So he gives it to me, and I swear, it could have easily been from the same person that sold a friend of mine all of the big box of vehicles, because one of the things that it had that I didn't have was the Top Gun for the battle bunker. It's like there was something for every single vehicle that I got from that other lot in this one box. But they couldn't have been from the same person though, because the big huge red guns on Defiant on the crawler. I have like 8 of those because of I never lost any from that original Defiant, and then this box had some in it. So yeah, I got a lot of those for some reason.
That's awesome.
Weird.
And then like I got this random thing. This is not a GI Joe, but it's a Transformer. Apparently it's from 1984. I found it in a mall recently. Like we went and they actually had like these not M2 Browning, the 60 cal, the old ones, the electronic 60 cal. And I think the store was like prizes from Chuck E. Cheese and like places like that. So like this would have been one of the like skee ball ticket.
Oh yeah.
A claw machine.
Yeah, well, probably not a claw machine. Most of the things in there were pretty big, but they had a role play kit from the Double Dragon cartoon in there. Nice. It was like $10. Everything was really like, this was like, you can see the price is like $10. So this is from what I know, this is from 87 apparently. And so like I was like, all right, this is like my era of toy. And I walked into a mall and found like this is how bad it's gotten. Right? It's like you're just itching for anything that feels familiar at this point. I don't know if it's age or what. Sometimes you're just like, I know what that is. Here, take my money.
It's like there's one guy out there who's going to want this because he knows what it is, and you were the guy for that one, huh?
I was the guy. Yeah. And it's a terrible Transformer, but like, sometimes you just want a toy, right?
Yeah.
How it is.
Fair enough.
Sometimes it's just how it be. Who am I passing to? What'd you get in, Jason?
Oh, well,
who's going?
Let it go.
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. I completed Void today.
Nice.
Which makes me super happy.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You know, I needed was the
so
legs.
Weird looking. Yeah. It's so cool though. Like there's a lot of sculpt work in that figure,
dude. Like, I think that my friend Blake gave me the upper claw sets because those came with Crystar, whatever. And I was never a fan of that show when I was a kid or anything, so I no connection to it. So I wasn't gonna buy that. But I was hanging out with him that day, and he was opening up that figure, and he was like, "Yeah, I know you like Marvel crap. I bought this because I like Crystar. Do you like this Void character?" And I was like, "Well, he's pretty cool." It's like, "Do you want these claws?" And I'm like, "Yeah." So that was like the first set of parts I had to that, and then I picked up everything else after that. And of course, by then, Power Princess was long gone from stores. But
it reminds me of Inhumanoids.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love her. She's great.
That
As
figure,
someone,
it just needs to be painted red, blue, and gold. I mean, that is an amazing Wonder Woman figure.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of good customs and I've seen a lot of bad customs of this figure.
Yeah.
I'm actually thinking that I might look into getting some more of the Squadron Supreme because of it, because I do like Hyperion. Hyperion's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think Hyperion's the guy that comes with Roy G. Biv, right?
Yeah.
And
I think
that
most of the
was
Marvel Legends females are rough. Like, they just don't look good. That one looks amazing.
Or stand up.
Really? You don't like any of the Marvel Legends females figures?
Very few of them. Like, there was one Black Widow that I thought looked really, really good. This newest Emma Frost looks really, really good. But most of them are just bad.
Which newest Emma Frost? The X-Men 97 one in the Hellfire Club lingerie?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's basically just a remake of the Hellfire Club exclusive from a few years ago.
Yeah, but I think it's that Warbird looks really good too.
Yeah.
Well, they finally did that figure. That was like one of them that I was hoping they would do when I was collecting.
Dark Avenger.
And that thing sold out in like 6 seconds. I mean, it was like gonzo as soon as it went up.
So that went up for reissue not too long ago, and I actually picked one up when it was on that. And I had that one for a long time, but I just got the Carol Danvers Ms. Marvel in this last week as well, because she was up on Hasbro Pulse a while back, and she just came out and came in, and let's see, there was something else that so I got charged for the Astonishing X-Men Wolverine, which is also a reissue from Hasbro Pulse. And so I decided to go back and finally order myself a Cyclops, because I have, when we were in Des Moines for Assembly Required, I found that Emma Frost at the Walmart there. And then Blue Beast was readily available for a while there on those retro card backs that came with the comic book.
He was peg warming for a while.
Yeah. So I picked one of those up. I think probably from a Target purchase. And so now the only thing I don't have from that is I did not get an order in on the Kitty Pryde and Colossus 2-pack. So I'm kind of kicking myself, but I have a feeling that they might come back down the line. So,
well, I think one thing I've noticed with Pulse, like, it's almost predictable at this point. Like, a week before the figure's going to release, a lot of people start canceling. So all of a sudden they've got stock in on stuff that's sold out, and you just got to be watching it. I will say, I don't know if you guys follow it or not, but Praeternia on Instagram, I'm pretty sure he's running bots for it, but like, he's not buying on the bots. He's just posting, this is available at this place. And a lot of it, probably 75% of it is brand new listings, right? But there's also a pretty good chunk of this is now re-available or is available where it was sold out before. And I've gotten several things in the last year just by following his Instagram.
He has a Discord too that I kind of check now and then.
Oh, really?
Yeah, new figures on sale.
Nice. I've gotten a lot of reaction in the last couple of weeks too. Well, not a lot, but
5 POA.
My usual, 2 or 3 every week whenever they go on sale. But I've got the Ron and Tammy 2-pack came this week, and last week I got Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy, which I'm gonna actually have to go grab that figure real quick because he's really cool. So I'll be right back.
Okay. What is that massive cannon that was sitting behind him?
Oh, yeah.
The looks like the thunderclap.
Oh, not me. See me. I keep doing that. I want to see Jason. Is that what that is?
Looks like it. Could be something else, but it looks kind of like the thunderclap to me.
It looks like it'll pack a wallop. That's all I know.
Yeah, it's a big gun. Just all the stuff in his background while he's gone.
There he is.
Hey, he's back.
You guys weren't looking at the thunderclap, were you?
Yeah, okay. I didn't know what it was. I just saw that massive cannon sticking up in the air.
Yeah, that's the thunderclap with his driver, and I even have what's his name, downrange or long range, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I've got his pistol and his helmet. And
Oh my god! I knew that I was almost done reading the Hammer comics here a few months ago when that son of a bitch showed up in the comics with that dumbass helmet.
There's a lot of figures in the 91, 92 era that have the weird helmet with, the extra monocle attached to it.
That wasn't unique to G.I. Joe. That was
that's true. Yeah.
Luke Skywalker
had it, and at cops, like everybody had that. My brother called it the Terminator eye, and he used to like when he was a little kid, he would give things the Terminator eye, like any like art, because he used to remember the beads you would iron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would take like sprite art and give it the Terminator eye. The funniest one was the happy face from Mario Paint. We had that, but it was like its face was torn, and there was like the Terminator like glowing eye. And my mom still has that on the fridge in my parents' house. The Mario Terminator happy face from Mario Paint. Good stuff.
Awesome.
The 90s was an interesting time.
Yeah.
You could say that.
Yeah. So there you go. Phil Lynott from Thin Lizzy.
Nice.
That's the Jailbreak action figure. And I just, man, he's so cool.
The Super 7 cars are awesome.
What's that?
Are these?
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just saying the Super 7 guitars that come with the music figures are awesome.
They are pretty good, yeah. I have all of
Spinal
Spinal Tap, and they all have pretty good guitars too, especially Derek Smalls with the double bass. As I mean that like double necked bass.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Are those all new releases, or are you just playing the holdout game until they go on sale?
That's what I do, man. Yeah, like when it's like this one, I think was 14 last week on Amazon, and that's pretty much what I do with them.
Right.
Yeah, when they'll drop them down to 10, 11, 12, 13, $14, and that's about when I pick them up. So yeah, it's just another one that I've been kind of looking out for a while. Oh, and then like I told you guys, if you're picking up the Reaction Plus Back to the Future when he was on sale, he's still on sale, by the way.
Oh, nice. That's fun.
That's great.
And
yeah, my DeLorean.
I think we're gonna open them up.
3 figures finally. I found a home on the shelf today. I've been sitting on this table behind me ever since I got them. I didn't know what to do with them, but all right. I only got 3 things to really talk about. I've not picked up a whole lot. Of course, I lost a week and a half with no power and all that ridiculousness. But I picked up the Tarn Blockies Action Class. So I'm gonna start working on that this week. If you guys haven't tried any of those, highly recommend. They're just model kits. I mean, at the end of the day, they take about 2 hours to put one of the Action Class ones together. A couple hundred pieces, but man, they are fun, and they go so well with O-rings. And then I'm gonna share my screen for this next one. This one was actually 3 pickups that I turned into 1. Well, come on now. Nothing is cooperating today.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna.
Freaking technology.
What in the world? There we go. Jeez, peace. All right. So this was a kit bash that I did. I've had this recipe in my head like several weeks, and I finally got around. But I didn't want to. I didn't have Retro Flint, and I didn't want to break down any of my my retro Televipers or blue shirts because I love them. So I bought one of all 3 figures. Just quick recipe. It was just retro Flint's head, Televiper's torso and arms with the retro Troopers secondary, and then the retro Troopers legs with the Televiper belt. And I can't remember if this is the CI or the retro Beachhead beret, but I don't have either of the figures anymore, but I still have the beret. So
Retro doesn't
that
come
on
with the
there.
beret, does he?
I don't remember.
I don't believe Retro comes with a beret. He's got it tucked behind underneath the lapel, like the original figure
Gotcha.
did.
Okay. So love this one, and then that's just the Valiverse Praetorian gun that I put with him, just because I wanted the red to pop a little bit.
Yeah.
Man, I like it. So now I'm like, son of a bitch. I think Bobby was actually the one that made me think about it. Thank you, Bobby. Oh, you need mutt now. So now I'm starting to work on a recipe to put a mutt together to go on the shelf with him. And then just one other pickup, and this was actually I've got a couple of these, but I saw it and I had to pick up another one. The now this time.
Oh yeah,
dude, these Grim Vipers. I mean, I bought a lot of classified figures in 25. Most of them Army Builder. But man, this is I honestly had not a lot of interest when I got my first one because there's no nostalgia to it. But damn, it's just an awesome figure. Like 100% reuse. Like there is nothing new or unique about it. It's the Saw Viper secondary, the Range Viper head and backpack, the Rams gun. Like, I mean, it's 100% reuse to its worst, but it's just painted perfect. I mean, it's just awesome. It's just awesome.
Yeah.
So you know, I had some of the regular Range Vipers and sold them because like it just wasn't my thing. I had a couple of the Hiss Range Vipers, really liked them, but again, it just wasn't my thing. But these ones hit it in the head, man. I love it.
You found your thing.
Yeah.
I think that bears some talking to, you know, that it's kind of a shame that Hasbro no longer has a model shop. Because, you know, a lot of the stuff that we love was parts reused from previous vehicles, you know, all the pieces off Star Wars stuff that they greebled off of Star Wars and just recast in G.I. Joe. And, you know, a lot of the retooling came from reuse of ideas and parts. And it's just kind of a shame to see, you know, once something gets used and tooled, like that's the end of it. It's kind of like, oh, we just make a new thing from the computer, right? But before it was, we got to save time and money and crank out something new quickly. And the easiest way to do that was reuse old things and configure them differently and cast them in a different paint scheme and
constraints.
There you go. Right?
Yeah. I don't really mind reuse in general. Again, we've had it since '82, right? Like, I mean, or '83, I guess. It when 64. Done well and used creatively.
Right.
I do mind, and I know we talked about this in the Discord, and Nate was part of that conversation, where like these Soldier of Fortune figures, they've got like 12 different versions of the exact same figure with the exact same accessories, just with a different paint job. Part of me says, okay, not like I don't want green troop builders, but I would probably buy some red ones or some blue ones, right? So maybe I can accept that, but there should be some variation to them. Like, I mean, good God.
You think that's bad? The man, what was that first O-ring line that came out? It had the slide cards. I'm trying to remember what the name of it was. It was available at BBTS for like a really long time, and I've got like 2 of the figures from it. But they were that line had, oh man, Action something. I'm trying to remember the name. Sorry, mine's drawing a blank. But they had replaceable cards. You could put the figure back in the package if you wanted to.
Oh, okay.
That line, they had a figure that was a leader, and all they did was swap the head in the package. Different SKUs, the head was swapped in the package. So there was nothing even different from another figure.
Wow.
I bought 2 of these thinking I was getting a different figure. I was so mad because they were not showing like,
Oh
hey,
man.
this is different.
Yeah,
It was quite literally like I bought 2 of the same figure and I'm like, why do this?
Yeah. I mean,
So that's to me,
Skeletron did it a
that's
little
the
bit.
bottom. That's the very bottom.
That's the worst.
Is you just
Yeah.
swap the heads in the package and call it something.
Yeah.
Skeletron did it last year with the Wolf Trooper.
Yeah.
They sold the Wolf Trooper, and then like 6 months later they sold the Wolf Trooper with the Skeletron head on it, and the card art was different.
Right.
But they said, I mean, and they were fully transparent about it. Right.
Yeah.
Like,
This one, even the card that slid in there was the same card.
Oh my God.
All the figures had the same card. So,
yeah.
Well, I think they had 3 different variants of card, but these had like the exact same card, and there was just a different sticker in the UPC spot. Like one of them had a sticker, and one of them it was the normal UPC. So you could tell it was just like, oh, we're just gonna swap.
That's horrible, dude.
It's it made
was,
me hate the line itself isn't great. I'll grab the figure. You'll know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah. I thought it was cool in Operation Recall.
It was this guy. Does this guy look familiar?
Okay. Yeah.
This is from like I said, I can't remember the name of the line, but it's an O-ring figure.
Yeah.
And this was the guy. So like his head and there's a bear head that come in the package, and it was the same. Just that they just swapped it in the package. Yeah.
I kind of like what Carson's doing on Operation Recall, because one of the troop builders in Wave 1 is like a jungle warfare dude, and he's sleeveless, and so what he did with it for troop building purposes was the tribal scars on the arms are different. There's like 2 or 3 different versions of it, and then those versions have a slightly different skin tone. Like they're both it's a black character, but like one is like a caramel color and the other's a darker color. So there's variation, but you can, when you buy them on the website, you can pick which one you want. Like it's not a random which variation you're going to get on. I thought that was pretty cool to add some diversity look to the troop builders on the shelf without like taking advantage of the buyers, like the consumers.
Yeah. I think the point, we're all trying to make is it's purposeful. It serves a need. You're telling a different story. So there's good and bad ways to do that. A perfect example of another one that I didn't care for, and most people I've met don't, is that Grim Viper in Classified. Like you look at that and you go like, who's this for? Like, what story does this tell? It's just a bunch of random parts just recolored and slapped together. And there's no file card to go with it either. You know. So then you call it something. I feel like calling it something else makes it even worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
I thought for sure when they started issuing file cards, when they did the Steel Brigade and Twilight Guard 2-pack, and they issued a file card, like they were e-cards, like, it was a website, right, but you could go and get an official file card. I thought for sure that they were gonna, I thought for sure that they were gonna maybe even go back and do file cards for the existing stuff, but at least go forward they would start issuing. But no, negative. That would be.
You want to know what's worse? They started doing it for Transformers and not GI Joe.
Really?
Yeah. So I think the Legacy forward, they had QR codes on, and the inside of the package or something like that. So I know when I got my Stunicons, they had e-tech specs that you could scan. And it was just a link on your phone that took you to, Hasbro.com/something. But it was better than nothing.
The Joe boxes have had QR codes on them from the get-go for classified, but they don't go anywhere. They literally don't even scan. Like, it's crazy.
I thought that there was a time when they did go like straight to the Hasbro website.
Maybe originally or whatever. But the last time I tried one, just out of curiosity, like it wouldn't even scan.
They had profiles, like file card type things.
Yeah.
Up through Dusty, I want to say, like the Dusty character, and then that was the last one.
Yeah.
They did in the first set of figures, and then later on, you're talking about where they put them out on Instagram, or it was. I think there was a Metalhead one too, if I remember right. That they did one for Metalhead. I want to say, I remember seeing that, but yeah, it's
All right, you guys want to shift to the main show for the remainder of our time?
Yeah, the rest of this was all just filler.
Yeah, right. So we're going to talk about our top 5 favorite army builders. No rules around that other than I love Julian's rule of no honorable mentions. You gotta get it down to 5. Gotta commit.
It was hard.
Any line, any time period. The only designation has got to be a troop builder. So let's start with our number 5s. Curtis, you want to kick us off with yours?
Sure. Yep. My number 5, I decided to go weird. I'm probably the only one that really likes AWOC here, but this is the troop builder. I really love their gorillas. I don't know. I just think they look awesome. So
I think my son's got the black one of that. I think.
Yeah. There's. This is technically the army builder version, but yeah, they're all just kind of recolors of each other. But yeah, I think they look
and that figure is also a straight up murder weapon.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing weighs about 4 pounds.
Like 5 pounds.
Yeah. It will kill you. Jason, what do you got, bud? Number 5.
Okay. First of all of mine are going to be Cobras. Okay.
Okay.
It's just the way it is. And if honorable mention isn't a thing, and so you probably wouldn't. I was going to say like my number 5 is all of Python Patrol, but that doesn't count, right? Okay, but no.
Pick one.
It's Eel version 2.
Ah.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because they're pretty cheap. They're easy to find, and when you have a lot of them, they look fantastic.
Nice.
Their little beady red eyes. I actually have quite a few of them.
That is as 90s as it gets right there, buddy.
Well, I don't know. What about version 3? I've only got one, and he's the guy who wore his purple suit by accident that day. So
your squad leader.
I love those guys.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. There's something about them too, where like I don't know if you guys remember that it was probably a year and a half ago or a year ago or something like that. I bought I think one with a card back, like a full card back, and I posed him up like I had all the other ones that I had, like freeing him from the mailer box that I got him in, and took a bunch of pictures of him like that. And it hit me then that they look like minions. I've never actually seen any of the Despicable Me movies.
Maybe that's why I don't like that figure.
I have never seen any of those movies. I've seen 10 minutes or so of one of the Minions because I was flipping through channels one day. But everywhere, I live in the country in Nebraska, right? So when you drive around in the fall, there's going to be a farmer somewhere that has taken like 2 hay bales and stacked them one on top of the other and painted them to look like the Minions. There are like you'll drive by some field somewhere where there's like 4 or 5 of them. This big hay bales that look like Minions is a thing around here, okay? And so I don't really care for that, but those guys, they kind of look like that. I got to admit it, and they look amazing when they're all together. It's fantastic. There you go.
Julian, what you got for us, bud?
Bobby's got to come
You're not going to believe this, and this was a hard choice because Skeletron exists, but this is my number 5. Is also an eel. 85 eel.
Nice.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice. Very good.
So I didn't know what I thought we were just doing GI Joe, so I left Skeletron out of it.
Right,
Fair enough.
That's cool.
But, yeah.
So that's funny because my number 5, I actually don't have any because I didn't pick any up at Joe Fest last year, but I will this year. Is the Red Shadows Trooper. I really just got turned on to him probably about 4 or 5 years ago. Just the Red Shadows in general, and that is like it's just a really cool design. I got some Black Major releases, like it's just the Cobra Commander painted like the Red Shadows Trooper. But man, the lore is cool, and I'm gonna tell you, if you've read any of the Battle Action comics, they are. I mean, it is straight cult, man. These troopers are crazy. They will do anything for the Baron. It is die hard, man. It is awesome.
Nice.
Curse, what do you got for number 4?
Back to me. All right. No, I know this isn't Julian's favorite, but I actually really love the Techno Viper.
Yes.
I think when I never had one as a kid, and when they first announced, showed them for Classified, I was like, what the heck is up with this guy? But
it's not my Techno Viper, but it's a Techno Viper, and I'm a fan of you being a fan of that Techno.
Yeah,
Anybody who loves the Techno Viper is all right with me, sir.
Right. Well,
so I'm gonna tell I don't. Yeah. Yes, dude. I don't have any. I did not put him on my list, but I have about 10 of them on my Terrordrome, and I have 10 of them in Classified.
Nice.
Nice.
I love it, man. And again, it was a figure that I did not have as a kid. Like, I do not need a purple trooper. What the hell? When I saw that Classified one, dude, I just fell in love, man. It is awesome.
Yeah, it looks great.
Jason, what's your number 4?
So I was gonna say Techno Viper, but no, because he deserves a higher spot. But it's again from the '90s, which might surprise you. But I have always loved this figure. There's a lot of things about him that I really like, and I had one when I was a kid, and this one actually has a couple parts from the backpack from that. It's the Laser Viper.
Nice.
Yeah, and the parts that are recycled from my childhood one are the 2 guns on the top. I still happen to have mine for some reason. One of them it's just like the gun that rotates, and the one on the left, the whole assembly is original from when I was a kid. But yeah, I kind of cobbled this whole backpack together, but now he's complete. And one of the things I really like about him is, come on, look at that fantastic head. There's no personality whatsoever, and he's hidden beneath a big bucket helmet.
I used to take everything off and give him Skydive's helmet.
Yeah,
so
I think you might have told me that before.
Yeah, I have a Skydive helmet that doesn't fit Skydive because of that.
When you first held that up,
because he's got that ridge around the head.
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny. When you first held that up, I thought it was like a Temu Mandalorian. I didn't know what in the hell it was.
Oh wow!
Julian, number 4.
Mandalorian.
Number 4. This was also tough, but he did make my list. So number 4 is the Strato Viper.
Nice.
Because
fantastic figure.
Yeah.
The Night Raven is like probably my favorite GI Joe vehicle, so the driver's got to be up there.
For sure.
So in my custom Crusader that I painted. You all right?
Everything's fine.
All right.
My iPad's up on a ladder, not like a ladder, like a ladder, but like a step stool. See?
Okay.
I'm just sitting on top of that, and yeah.
My God, that iPad's up on a 50-foot ladder.
That's right. Yeah. I just, like I was talking about earlier, I wanted something other than a yellow background, so that's why that happened.
Oh yeah, you know what I should have said? What did I get in this week? I got 6 bottles of JR's barbecue sauce.
Nice.
Like good old JR?
Yeah, like good old JR. He had a sale.
By God, King, that's Hogan's music.
That's great.
TK, what you
In
got?
my in my custom Crusader that I painted in a Cobra motif, it's manned by Strato Vipers. I got Wild Weasel piloting it, and then Strato Viper sitting in all the extra seats and foot pegs. So my number 4, I'm going outside of it's not even Joe close. Star Wars Imperial Stormtroopers.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
they are those skull helmets, man. Like the white, crisp white. I love them. And here's the crazy part. I don't own any. None. Not one. I only actually own one Star Wars figure. I have a Darth Vader. I have the retro card Darth Vader in 6-inch. And it's the only Star Wars toy that I own.
Wow.
But is because I know if I got into Stormtroopers, it would be over. That whole shelf behind me would be covered in white.
I've got one that's in that 1/4-inch size. I'm gonna bring it to Joe Fest and give it to you.
Nice. Oh, you know.
You're gonna start something awful though.
Yeah.
I expect.
Al's. I think it was Voltar that started this with Al's. Got him buying the damn clone troopers.
That's right.
In my defense,
does the TVC ones, right?
What's that?
Those are the TVC ones, though, right? They're not Black Series.
Those are Black Series.
Oh, they are Black. Oh,
yeah.
geez.
Because I was at my local Walmart, and I think it was probably over a year old. Those Revenge of the Sith release clone troopers, and they had some other stuff in there too. You know, like I got a Jedi that day. I got a Kit Fisto, but they were all $5, and there was 2 Commander Codys and a whole bunch of just troopers. And so I was like, does anybody want these? Because they're $5 each. And before I knew it, I bought a whole bunch, and then I went back like half an hour later and bought the rest of them. But I mean, $5 clone troopers in Black Series is pretty good.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
If I had to pick a Star Wars figure, it would instantly be the AT-AT driver. Like that is my favorite. I had that as a kid, and I had like 3 Star Wars figures, and that was I had Luke from Return of the Jedi, I had Darth Vader, and I had the AT-AT driver. And I used to stick them all in the land speeder. That's the only vehicle.
As if piloting an AT-AT wasn't enough of a blind spot, then they had to put the helmet on him to make it an even bigger blind spot.
Right. Yeah. But he looks awesome.
Yeah. He does. It is
awesome
sweet.
Looking figure and character just overall.
And then, hey, G.I. Joe Cobra got the same helmet, right?
Yeah.
That Ice Viper helmet, I've found quite a few of them, and I've seen people be like, isn't that a Star Wars helmet? Like, no. No.
Here it is, number 3.
Number 3. Okay. Going with the bat. Oh, camera's up.
Nice.
Yeah.
Fantastic choice.
Yeah. I love these guys. They're awesome. Plus the different heads, you can swap out all the arms and stuff.
My only complaint about the classified bat, not that one. That one I think is a perfection. Like for a V1 bat, first release, that figure is perfection. It's the follow-up bats that pissed me off because they came with cooler parts, but they're on a different neck peg.
Yeah.
All of the bats that came after that one are on a different neck peg. And all of the bats that came after that one come with the battle damaged head and the single eye head and like all of that stuff, but you can't swap them. Oh man. But that figure is perfection in my opinion.
Yeah, he's a great figure.
Yes.
Jason, we got
good. From the 1985 year, greatest year for G.I. Joe, Lampreys. There's something about this figure that I can't explain, but like, okay, so when I was a kid, I got a Sonic Lampreys at Walmart, right? And the back was detached from the at the point where the screw goes in, that the back peg holder. So he fell apart right out of the package, and I remember being really pissed. But I I Franken-Joed the rest of the figure into something else because I always liked that helmet. And I never had lampreys until I think somewhere around 1999 or so, maybe it was even 2000. But my cousin Chad had a lampreys when we were kids, and he had a moray that the body of the boat was like warped, so he could never put that boat together. But every time that we got together and played with GI Joes, lampreys, he was always one that I'd try to get him to trade me. I'd be like, hey, you want to trade something for that lampreys? I think part of it might have been because the light blue was the kind of the same color as Cobra Commander. It just he's got about the same amount of light blue and silver as a maybe
he's a
Cobra Commander version 3 even. Yeah. And then in the 2001 Real American Hero collection that was coming out around then, they're coming out with all those 2-packs, and I don't remember who lampreys came with, but I want to say that maybe it was Cobra Commander. And that was the Cobra Commander that was a recolor of the Talking Battle Commander, I believe. That might have actually been Fast Blast or something like that. But lampreys, even then, I Army built a whole bunch of those then as well. Oh, no, lampreys came with the Man-O-War sub. And I had a bunch of those. Yeah.
So I'll tell you a quick story.
Always like that.
A funny story about lampreys. When I was a kid, when I got the moray, that was the same year that I admitted to my dad that I didn't believe in Santa.
Ooh.
But I still got Santa gifts because I had a younger sister, right?
Mm.
And I get up and I come. So my family had this tradition every year where Santa's gifts were like out of the box, assembled, like ready to play with as soon as you came in. And then mom and dad and grandparents and like all those gifts were wrapped under the tree. I come walking out into the living room. I see my sister's stuff there, and I look over and I see this pile of Joe stuff. There's a moray sitting there, several figures, a couple other vehicles that I honestly don't remember at this point. But what stood out to me was the moray was still in the box sealed. And I was like, what the fuck? And I remember later that day asking my dad, as I'm sitting at the table trying to assemble my moray and put the stickers on it, asking him, why isn't this assembled? And he was like, because you don't believe in Santa. I was like, holy shit, that was just brutal.
And did you lose the plot that year or what? Like, you don't ever stop believing in Santa until people are like, you let your parents tell you Santa's not real.
Well, yeah, my son was much smarter about it. My son was 12 when he finally admitted it. And I said, when did you stop believing? And he said, it's been a couple of years. I was like, why didn't you tell me? He's like, because I didn't want the gifts to stop. I'm like, fair enough.
Smart.
All right. Julia, number 3.
This is where my list gets a bit weird. So, Ice Viper, baby.
Oh yeah, look at that helmet. See.
So, and I always liked putting the battle accessory, like the rifle Viper and the backpack from Lowlight that came from the battle pack that year, on him because they match his helmet.
Yeah.
And it looks like more of a complete figure with some, a rifle and a backpack.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
absolutely.
I played with this figure so much as a kid. Like, I think this is actually my original.
That's awesome.
Because I, cleaned him up and whitened him, but
just can't figure out why they came with size.
Well, they were ice daggers they called them ice daggers. Okay. So the thing that's different about this, it's not really a Psy. It looks like a Psy. I don't know if I get that in the picture.
Yeah.
But the sides are rounded.
Okay.
So they're not. It doesn't really flare out so much as like a Psy does. It's almost like a weird, like kind of trident sort of thing going on. So that could maybe just be for gripping the slot on his leg, but they did call them ice daggers. So as a kid, I didn't even know what Psy were. So I just assumed
okay, that's cool.
It worked. They did when I had him outside, and I was dumb. I took him out there with the Psy. I didn't lose them somehow, but
That's amazing.
I went out there and just tried it, and yeah, he would stick to the snow
That's
with the
cool.
side in there, and they wouldn't break off because they're flexible.
Yeah.
You just had to get them to
I
stay.
got two of them. I got two of them, and they're both complete. But I just put all four of the size in one little plastic bag and shoved the plastic bag down in the Snow Wolf's missile. I don't lose it anywhere.
I've dropped
You know what?
side gray carpet before and had to do the.
Oh my god, yeah.
But
I gotta say, I
carpet
love
is-
something about Ice Viper. Okay, that has got to be the most trained trooper in the Cobra pantheon. And do you know why?
Tell us why.
Okay, so Ice Viper, they're gonna start out as a blue shirt, right? Like any Cobra trainee does. But then they get shuffled off to the eels, to the eel corps. Because and so, where eels go, then they go to snow serpent school to become a snow serpent. And then if you take a snow serpent and finally give him techno viper training, you've got an ice viper. So
Very cool.
that guy has got to be pretty damn smart because he knows all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And the whole
cool.
idea
I like
of that is so that the ice viper can work on the Cobra Wolf in a hostile environment by themselves and get it back up and running. That's what that's about.
I like it. I
I
like
did
it.
not know that. That's cool.
My number 3 is the Cobra eel.
Nice.
Interesting enough, I short story behind it. I have an uncle that was a SEAL, and when I bought my first eel, I was reading the file card to my dad on the way home, and he told me, "Oh, it's the Cobra equivalent of a SEAL, like your uncle." And I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." So it was never really as a kid, it was never a troop builder to me. He was a badass Navy SEAL.
Hell yeah.
It is blown out. I've got a ridiculous amount of eels around here, classified and O-ring for sure.
That's awesome. Back to me.
Curtis, number 2. I gotta get some production value for these things. I gotta start doing sound effects and all that shit.
Graphics.
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned eel because I was gonna grab this guy off the shelf and then
Nice.
I actually saw this guy next to him and I was like, no, it's got to be this guy. The red just makes the Cobra eel look so good. So I know you've got a few of these, TK.
Yes. Love them. Love them.
Yeah. I would love to get my hands on a few.
Yeah.
Is this the one we want?
I've got-
I'm looking. I'm trying to do the.
Which
I
one?
was trying to put him on the camera, but I keep clicking the
Oh.
wrong thing.
No.
Yeah, if you hover on their picture, like in their top right corner, did I
Uh-huh.
lose my headset? If you hover in the top right corner of their picture, there's like the double arrow, and you can maximize their window.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
you
I was looking for the one that had the rest of us on the one side.
Oh, yeah, that's this one. But
That one.
But I don't know how to make it. I don't know how to pick the person then.
It's because he's the host, and then the rest of us are just. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a way to do it though. I just don't know how to like flip it up.
This one, yeah.
I'm not that talented.
Yes.
We're all still figuring this thing out.
Yeah, bear with us, guys.
But Joe Fest will be pros at this.
Yeah, right.
Be pros at hanging out and buying stuff.
Yeah.
We got to do a show.
Yeah, you guys are just the worst.
I was gonna say we should do
influencers
a show at Joe Fest.
Yes, we for sure do.
ever. Oh yeah.
Okay, Jason.
Jason, number 2.
Okay.
What do you got, sir?
Okay. This is kind of a blanket. I mentioned Python Patrol earlier, but I think it's okay. I think because of reasons. Okay. You can find one with the silver insignia. You can find one that used to have a silver insignia, but now it's gone. And you can find one with a red insignia. And then they've reissued them multiple times over the years. My example is from the comic 3-packs, Cobra Blue shirts.
Nice.
Nice.
I have a lot of them on display over there on my Terror Drome, all over the place.
Is that the one
yeah.
that's Scar?
So this one I believe is supposed to be Scarface because he's got the officer rig.
Yeah.
but they've got the weird Cobra insignia on the side of the helmet. Try to get that in there.
Yeah,
I can see that. Yeah.
So that's from the multi packs.
Yeah, from the comic 3-packs from around the
Yeah.
2004 era, and I have this guy on card. So I have the 3-pack on card. I have a Viper pilot with I was talking about, where they're worn off. That's an original Cobra Trooper or blue shirt, just a Cobra. They had a red insignia, and then the Viper pilot came with the little the Viper glider, and a lot of those silver ones are worn off. My friend Blake has one that's really, really good, and mine is, I'd say, probably only about 50% there.
How good is this?
That's pretty dang good. That looks like
Wow,
90% there, 95% there. That's really good. Yeah,
that's crisp.
yeah. If I had a Viper pilot
something about
had,
that silver paint.
Yeah. But funnily enough, then again on the officer chest, those stay on very well. Like I have some Cobra officers that are beautiful looking.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've got 4 or 5 HISS drivers, and every single one of them is like there was never a Cobra logo on their chest at all.
Yeah,
It's totally gone.
A lot
and
of
last
times,
year at Joe Fest, there was like people selling good ones everywhere. I don't know what, and they were dirt cheap.
The ones that Joe Fest had to have been late run mail away, because late in the line they came out with a flag point mail away for some drivers. Like Crankcase was in the pack.
Yeah,
and the HISS
that's
driver
how I
was in
got
the
my
pack.
HISS driver. So that's
And
probably why the symbol on my HISS driver is in good shape, because it's
that's they used a better paint later on in the run, because actually I took that like we said, you asked if it was Scarface, and I've always kind of thought that guy's supposed to be Scarface.
Yeah.
So
he's got the red mask too, like Scarface did.
Yeah, exactly. But they also came out with another figure in the 3-packs that also has a red mask. So, anyways, that's Scarface. I have him in a HISS, and here's the HISS driver from it. And yeah, surprise, surprise, no logo whatsoever.
No logo.
Yeah. This is the only custom I've ever done, and it was of Scarface when I was like 12.
Nice. I love it.
Hey.
Oh.
So I haven't put them on yet, but I bought this sheet of water slides.
Nice.
So I could replace all my HISS driver logos.
Did you get that from Bad Mother Tattoo?
I did.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Those of you that don't know, if you need water slides for your O-rings or any other custom that you have, Bad Mother Tattoos on eBay makes great Cobra insignia water slides. Lots of other stuff
They
too.
do a lot of 112 stuff now too for
I bought those. I bought some Cobra logos to put on my Skeletron stuff, but I just haven't put them on yet.
That's funny, because I buy Red Shadow logos to put on my Cobra stuff. Julian, you're up. Number 2, sir.
So my number 2 and my number 1 are like neck and neck. So I will. This is my number 2, but it's probably right up there with my number 1, and it's this guy.
Nice. Worms.
I knew that was going to be one of your top 2.
Yeah. Worms is just like all the nostalgia for me. Like he was my Destro like equivalent as a kid, because this is probably the 3rd figure I traded for with the neighbor kid across the street. And he didn't have his antenna. Obviously, this is a newer or a better copy that I got more recently. But I would take the helmet off, and I would put the battle pack. It was the blowtorch, the gray blowtorch helmet, and that was my because he looked like a soldier then, but he was like the General Hawk kind of look is what I was going for with him, and that was with battle pack accessories. But that was my so that was my second in command for Cobra Commander was Worms, and I got a lot of play out of him. Like his leg fell off. I played with him so like at the knee, like I was just playing with him, and he fell apart.
That's awesome.
The maggot was I think the last vehicle that I got as a kid. It was certainly of the last. I think it was the last. And I liked the figure for a totally different reason, though. I thought he looked like the Rocketeer.
Yeah.
See that? Yeah.
I thought that later, but like I thought the Rocketeer looked like worms, and I'm like,
Okay, all right, fair enough.
I'm like, did they pay Hasbro to make that? Because that looks exactly like worms.
Yeah,
Awesome.
my dad had some like old serial comics, but like hardback books, like Dick Tracy and stuff like that, and Rocketeer was in there. Like there was some stuff in there, so I was familiar with the character. So when the maggot came out, that was the whole reason I wanted that one. It's funny. My number two, and I have them packed away right now, or I would have loved to have displayed them, is the Snow Serpent.
Thanks.
I loved them as an O-ring, but man, the classified one just hit me in the feels. I have a ton of them, and every single one of them have a totally different loadout.
Mainline or retro? Both.
Both. I have bought every gridiron set loadout set that I could find that I felt was appropriate to go with them. They're just awesome. So between those guys, the couple of Arctic bats that I've got, thanks to our friend Antoine, rest in peace. And I just, man, the hiss, the Arctic hiss, I cannot wait for. I bought a snowcat just to fucking blow it up in a diorama with all of my snow serpents.
That's awesome.
And then they get to eat the fish.
Yeah.
That's
and have
and the eggs and bacon,
and the eggs and the sausage and the coffee.
We got it all.
Get a meal now. That's awesome.
Yeah.
To the victors goes the breakfast.
Right. Curtis, number one, sir.
All right. Jason, you rated him too low. Cobra Trooper. Gotta be.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Yes.
Every time I see these guys, I'm like, I need to pick up a few more of them. They're awesome.
Yeah.
Just like when you want to set up the Joes with a foil, it's got to be the Cobra Troopers. Yeah, love these guys.
Love them for sure. Jason.
Right.
All right. It's probably not a surprise to Firefly. You probably know what my favorite Real American Hero figure of all time is. I'll just have to pick this up in here.
I'm gonna steal your thunder.
We need
Let's see. I don't know. What's that?
A drum roll here.
Anyways, let's see if I can get that to go. Anyways, the Crimson Guard. I have always been a big fan of the Crimson Guard. There's let's see, where's he at? Somewhere, if I can get him to show up.
Left over there.
Left on the left.
Snow Serpent. Oh, yep. Yeah, they're on the Crimson Guard there. And then way up top, and I've got Major Maxim up there, but there's a 25th anniversary in the box up there.
Nice.
And then way over on the Cobra Island, those guys are pretty important to my Cobra Island display, as you can see.
Question for you in the classified versions. Do you prefer the darker mainline color scheme or the lighter retro color scheme?
It's a pretty good question. Actually, I like the retro a little bit more. The bright red, but with the silver face paint, like in the cartoon. Yep. I really like that look a lot. Yeah.
I had about 10 of the originals, and I wound up slowly replacing them with retros and sold all of the main lines. I kept one main line, and I kind of used him as a Fred 7, as like an officer amongst all the rest of them.
Yeah.
And the big question: did you order any of the female?
That's what I wanted to ask.
I didn't yet, but I'll pick some up because I don't like to pre-order.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Fair. With the retros, at least they're usually readily accessible.
Yeah, that's what I think too. I'm not super worried about them being hard to find. I'll probably pick up 2 of those, one to put with the crew on display, and one to leave on the card. I don't necessarily need any more than that. But then again, I'm kind of winding down some of the stuff I pick up in classified. I don't go all in. I don't have any of those Grim Vipers. I don't
bought my
have
first one in boredom, if that makes you feel any better.
the only Iron Grenadier I've bought so far is Metalhead, actually. Like, I don't have any of their bats or the IGs, or it was Darklon's out too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, which is kind of weird because look at the name.
Yeah.
I almost bought Darklon just for that Claymore.
Yeah.
Like, that sword is so badass.
It's pretty awesome.
It is pretty cool looking, yeah. You're gonna give it to Conan if you get it, though, right?
It was definitely not sticking with Darklon. I seriously almost bought that figure just to get the sword and the alt head sculpt, but I was going to sell the rest of it back to somebody else.
Dang.
Yes.
Those two accessories look great.
Yeah.
All right.
I really like them enhancing Darklon like this. So, okay, so the reason this is my number one is because if I had to explain to somebody what G.I. Joe was, okay, this is the character and the figure I would use to do it, and I picked Techno Viper as
Nice.
I had to get rid of my whole collection. I would still have this guy because there are so many design elements on this that are unique to G.I. Joe. Like, this to me is like, you can take an eel, and an eel's a diver,
Sure.
right? But there's so many like familiar elements on the eel. And there's a crossroads between like design, like military design, and real, like, there's still a big element of the real world in this character. Like, where the hoses go, everything has a purpose on the figure. There isn't any like junk detail on the figure. It's very lean in that regard, and I think it just kind of tells the story of G.I. Joe like all in one space, where if someone has a preconceived notion of G.I. Joe, like, this is not the preconceived notion they have.
Yeah.
It's unlike, and that's, to me, that's like the uniqueness of G.I. Joe is the thing that keeps me a fan, and that's why like the Techno Viper is representative of that. Because even Worms, as much as I love Worms, he's more what you expect from G.I. Joe than the Techno Viper is.
Yeah.
So that's my number one, is the Techno Viper,
That's
and
awesome.
just massive nostalgia. Like,
Okay, so is Techno Viper's gun, in your mind, is it a laser? Is it a welder? What is it? What does it do?
it's whatever it needs to be at the time.
Okay.
Great
Like,
answer.
I got it when I was 7, and when my mom came around, it was a welding tool, and when she was in the other room, it was a gun.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, and that was the one that I was allowed to keep during the time when she was putting all the guns in the cabinet.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was the other thing, is like, oh, it's innocent, he's got tools.
Yep.
Like, and he's got an air compressor on his back. Like, that just looks like Dad's tools in the garage. That's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so similarly, in a similar offshoot of that question, what is Televiper's gun to you guys?
An egg thrower.
An egg thrower. Okay.
That's what it was. It was the egg thrower. Like, I don't know why, but that's what it was. Like, someone said that when we were playing, because it's like egg shaped. And then it was like, where's the egg thrower? Like, everyone knew what that was, because it didn't look like a gun. But like, I think we were thinking of Super Mario 2, where the Birdo or Bert, whatever.
Yeah.
I believe
egg, like, that's where that came from.
How about you, TK? What is Televiper's gun to you?
It was a listening device for me when I was a kid.
Okay. Mathrick?
Yeah, same.
Okay. To me, Televiper's to me, Televiper's gun is like a gun-mounted camera.
Oh,
okay.
Because like it looks like a lens on the end to me.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
That's kind of always what I've thought. And plus, the name implies that they're into telecommunications, right? So I figured that, Cobra Commander's in the field and he's got a televiper there and he's going to tell you, hey, if you don't pay up, then we're going to come and get you. So that's kind of what I always figured it was.
I when I was a kid, televipers were Cobra Commander's rage fodder. Like every time he got pissed off, he killed a televiper.
That's awesome.
In fact, in my Cobra High Command display right now, that's the whole purpose, that there's 4 televipers in there. Every time I move something around, at least one of them is dead every time I move something around.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What's crazy about those Techno Vipers, man? When about a year ago, I decided I thought I wanted to try to get back into 4-inch also. And so I acquired a great number of figures in a very short period of time. Bobby helped me quite a bit with that. Thank you, Bobby. The Techno Vipers were stupid expensive. Like carded ones were like $50 a piece. I could get most of the other troop builders for like 15 or less than 20. Techno Vipers, I don't know what it was about them. They were stupid expensive. So I only wound up picking up 2, and I think I got a couple loose ones. Found a couple loose ones that they didn't have their whole kit or whatever. But yeah, crazy. Just some anomaly, I guess, about the 4-inch Techno Vipers. But
I think that the greater Joe community as a whole knows that Techno Vipers are awesome, and so they tend to be, command high prices. That's just me.
Yeah, they were sought after when they were new. I mean,
yeah. What do you guys think about the HMS version that came partner with the Hiss, the red and black one?
Yeah, I love it.
I love it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, I think it looks great.
So that figure goes very, very well with that coil motorcycle that came with Baroness.
Yeah.
I can see that.
It looks so cool. Like, because the reds are almost perfect between the 2 of them. All right. My number 1. I have to agree with Curtis. Cobra Blue Troops. 100%. That was probably the only figure as a kid that I had a whole bunch of, right? Because you were too busy buying all the Joes and all that stuff. But I grabbed a blue shirt every time I could find one. Those were also the only straight arms that stayed in play my entire toy playtime. All the other ones got put in a bag and thrown in the closet somewhere as I replaced them with swivel arms. But the straight arm blues stayed in play. And this is just nostalgia for me, but the only picture I have of me playing with Joes as a kid is me pulling a blue shirt out of a box.
Nice.
That's cool.
So yeah, love them, man. I love that head canon that you went through, Jason, a little while ago with them. Progressing up through the rank, because that's exactly where I've always been. That was kind of like the starter rank. Like everybody starts as a blue shirt, and you got to find your place from there and earn your way. Very cool. Well, that was fun. I like going through the top 5 type stuff.
It's a great topic.
We are pretty much right on time too. But before we go, why don't we talk just a few minutes? Oh, what we got here?
We got Nate.
Dark Trooper. Nice. Classified Cobra Officer. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Valkyries. Oh, the Praetorian. Nate, which Praetorian is your favorite version?
If we were going to do honorable mentions, I definitely was going to bring up the Valkyrie.
Yeah.
We're not doing this.
I can't imagine that we're gonna get that retro female Crimson Guard, and they don't use that for like a Cadet Deming and like they're gonna find other use for that buck. There's
Sure.
no question.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like I mean, paint that thing blue with blonde, then you got Cadet Deming like
Yeah.
immediately.
Yeah.
I still think
Is
something like that's going to be a exclusive.
Makes sense.
some people
So-
might
so
think he's
what
a army builder. I always thought he was a one-off interrogator. What do you guys think? Is he an army
Okay.
builder or is he
He's
a
a
one-off?
no, he's a one-off in the cartoon. He's a character.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But I mean, the cartoon has a lot of people as a one-off though too. Isn't there like, isn't there like one Hydro Viper and there's like one Night Viper and
Well, in Dragonfire, there's a single Alley Viper, but like later in the series,
okay.
in the really late part, you see
Love
the
it.
yellow Alley Vipers in the background.
Yeah.
Interrogator has an episode about him coming as the big bad guy.
Oh,
with the
nice.
So he's specifically part of the Sonic Fighter, like as a main character. So he is definitely. Do you have his file card? Because they don't.
I don't
talk
think I
about him.
do. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
he's-
that's the
he's
thing
a
too.
character.
Is like, so my memories of the Deke show. First of all, I hated the "Got to Get Tough" theme song in the mid '90s. Okay. I was like, "What is this? This is awful. I hate that." My friend and I would make fun of it. We'd like sing it in a dumb voice and mock it all the time. And so, like, I didn't really watch a whole lot of it, but there was a short time where it was about the only thing on in the afternoons on the USA Network, as I recall. And so, like, it would kind of be on in the background. But there was something about it. By that time, I wasn't as much into G.I. Joe because of, like, a lot of people, the 90s were like, it wasn't the same anymore. And then Ninja Turtles had my attention in the early 90s. And after a while, as a lot of guys do, we were kind of getting into music and stuff like that too. So it was kind of hard for me. So I don't have a whole lot of memory about what the episodes were about back then. And now it's kind of hard for me to go back to because the animation is not that good in the Deke show.
Well,
So,
I can't recommend the episode with Interrogator because it's kind of
Yeah.
it's typical Deke plot that got reused, but he is specifically meant to be a single guy.
That's kind of what I always thought too. But I got to admit, I like that uniform. And if there was like, an interrogator corps, I could get behind it.
You could buy some. I don't know how rare they are, but there's an Interrogator V2 that's in like neon colors.
Yeah.
But that one's more common. Like it's easier to get him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know much about the other one. I think it might have been. It's either a mail away or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, he is not a cheap figure. That's true. He's
Really.
he was a he's a battlecopter pilot, right?
I know his gun's expensive. I paid a little bit for that, but
Wait,
I've got like 7 of it.
battlecopter or glider?
Battlecopter. I don't have the copter, but I have him and his gun and his file card.
Gotcha.
So
Yeah, I'd have to look around. I don't think I have his file card.
I have a '90s Deke question for a character from Deke. Anyway, question, you guys. So obviously we saw the announcement Monday that Overkill's coming in a soon to be wave,
and he's missing his snowboard from Deke. That's what he needs. He needs his snowboard.
So I know he's like the Bat Commander, right, or some loose definition of that. My question is he a human that was turned into a cyborg, or is he just an advanced android?
He's a robot that they threatened to turn into a vacuum cleaner. So he is in one episode called you mind Deke spoilers? I probably don't care. There's an episode called The Eliminator. That's the first episode of season 2, if I remember right. So in that episode, he grabs onto I want to say Grunt's pack or something, and he gets blown up. And he's a pile of parts, and Metalhead, dun, 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 the music that plays when a Metalhead shows up. He piles all of his parts into a wheelbarrow, and so he's like, fix me, or I won't tell you where the thing that's in his, it ends up the bag that's in his parts. He's like hiding with the pile of parts. And he's like, fix me and I'll tell you. No, he's like, put the special chip in me and I'll tell you. And he ends up being like super overkill. And that's when his chest opens up and the little gun comes. So that's like super overkill.
Super overkill.
He calls himself the Eliminator at that point. And then he gets blown up again and he's just overkill after that. But it's a fun episode. Like, again, and that's where the surfboard, and Metalhead is trying to outdo Overkill through the whole episode. Like, I can't stand that guy. I gotta be good at something. And then he carrot juice and trying to out snowboard Overkill. And so Overkill's, on like one of the Snow Serpent snowboards. So as a kid, I would,
So are you asking what Overkill's origin is because you know about the Devil's Due origin?
I do not. Here's why I was asking, because my perception, again, I've only watched Deke one time, and I paid as little attention as possible in reading the later end of the Hama comics. So I know very little of the character, but if you look at the render of the classified Overkill, it has a human eye on the one side eye socket. I just thought that was interesting.
So in the
I always perceived him to be an android, like he was just like an advanced version.
Pretty sure it's the Devil's Due comic series, but I mean, if anyone knows otherwise, correct me if I'm wrong. But there's an alternate version of Overkill, and he's a cyborg made out of the remnants of the Saw Viper that killed the Joes.
Oh. So I wonder if that's the one that they used as, yeah, that's funny. Absolutely. I wonder if that's what they used as inspiration for the classified one then.
Now I know that the Valor versus Venom series of Overkill, where he's kind of got he's got the little face covering thing, like a scarf or whatever it is, almost looks like that. That's that version of Overkill that I'm referencing. That Overkill, he is the remains of the Saw Viper that killed all the Joes in Trucial Abysmia.
Gotcha. I'm actually reading through the Devil's Due stuff right now. I'm only up to like issue 6 or whatever. I read it when it was like day and date, but I only got up to like issue 20 before I got sidetracked on other dumb shit. So I thought it was a good idea to go back and read it all again. It's kind of interesting because I didn't remember the fact that it was meant to be a continuation of the original Marvel Hama line.
Yeah.
Even though IDW sidelined it, but it was meant to
be
the follow-up. That was a continuation of. So it's been pretty interesting so far. I mean, the art is very, very 90s. But,
yeah.
The story's been pretty good.
It's funny because I remember picking up the first 2 issues of that when it first came out, because I was working at a place where there was like a record store in the same like strip mall area, so I could get over there and buy them over there. And it's same town in small town Nebraska down here happened to have a baseball card shop as well, where I could buy comics as well. And that place is still open today, by the way. It is the closest thing to a local comic shop that I have. It's about 30 miles away, and they have a decent enough long box section with some back issues in it. And they have it's kind of hard for me to get over there because I just don't find the time. And and he's also really big. He makes his money. His bread and butter is hosting card tournaments, Pokemon and Magic. Yeah.
Where the money is now in those small, small shops. You got to keep the
Yeah, but he also has, he's got like some weird shelves that are full of old mass market paperbacks, and he's got some GI Joe stuff, some vintage stuff on display. And I've asked him in the past about it, and apparently he's got a box of vehicles in the back or something like that. And then he's also got some things like Diamond Select Marvel figures, and usually, a small amount of them. He's got some carded figures from the early 2000s. You know, on any given day, I might go in there and find a vintage McFarlane medieval Spawn or something like that on the wall. It's very possible. Fun. So it's a neat little shop to get into. The only other thing about it is that it's hard to get out the door because after you've paid, suddenly the guy wants to talk for 20 minutes.
Nice.
I mean, like, of the things to pick from at a comic shop, the guy who wants to talk for 20 minutes is a rare.
Yeah, absolutely.
like that's the opposite of most comic places. Most of it is get your shit and get out of here.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guy. Bye.
Right. Yeah. I got your money. See you.
Yeah.
So while we're on the topic of comics and boxes, I have 2 short boxes. One of them's all Marvel run, and one of them is split between Devil's Due and IDW. If anybody's driving to Joe Fest and wants them, they're free for the taking. I am tired.
I believe. I don't want to be presumptuous here, but I believe that you know that I was collecting all of 1 through 155, and you were going to look through them for me.
Yeah, I never got there. I'm just going to bring them to you, and then you can do what you want with them. Brother.
Fair enough. I think you even have access to my Google sheet that I keep my tally on.
I do. I totally forgot about that, man. I apologize. Holy shit.
That's all right.
I do remember that now.
I think it's been updated since then because at least at Assembly Required, I picked up about 8 or 9 issues. Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so I'll bring them to Joe Fest. Are you driving again this year?
Yeah.
If I have room in my bags, I might try to take some home.
Nice.
Sure. Sweet. Well, guys, we are a little over time. It was really good to see everybody. I needed it, and it's just great to spend time with you guys again. Look forward to our next episode coming up.
Thanks for hanging out with us, Nate and Bobby.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we just got to come up with a topic for our next episode.
Sure. We got a little time.
Bottom 5 army builders.
Bottom 5 army builders.
Bottom 5.
I don't know.
Right.
Someone's gonna get really upset when I put the Ice Viper on there. I'm just kidding.
We could rank something.
That would
be
yeah.
So fun. All right, man. Well, guys, I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the Discords, and we'll talk in a couple weeks.
Have a great time, everybody. Yo, Joe.
Yo, Joe.
Cobra.
Oh.